Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're discussing something that sounds like pure science fiction. An alien race. Reptilian humanoids. Shapeshifters who can take human form. And according to declassified government documents and countless witness testimonies, they've been in charge of world governments for thousands of years. What if the people running our countries aren't actually human? What if they're extraterrestrial reptilians disguised as world leaders? What if they've been manipulating human civilization since the beginning of recorded history? This isn't just fringe theory anymore. There's documentation, there's evidence, there are testimonies from high-ranking military officers and government insiders. And today we're exploring what might be the most dangerous secret ever kept from humanity. The modern reptilian theory was popularized by David Icke, a British conspiracy theorist and author. In 1999, Icke published a book called The Biggest Secret, in which he presented a shocking claim. He said that tall, blood-drinking, shape-shifting reptilian humanoids from the Alpha Draconis star system have infiltrated Earth. They've taken control of world governments. They're manipulating human affairs from behind the scenes. According to Icke's research, these reptilians came to Earth thousands of years ago. They created a genetically modified human-reptilian hybrid race called the Babylonian Brotherhood or the Illuminati. These hybrids possess shape-shifting abilities. They can appear fully human while being fundamentally reptilian in nature. Over millennia, this hybrid race has infiltrated every major world government. They control presidents. They control monarchs. They control the international organizations that shape global policy, the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, all controlled by reptilians. Icke identified dozens of world leaders as being reptilians or reptilian hybrids, ancient Egyptian pharaohs, most US presidents, the British royal family, politicians from virtually every nation, all allegedly descended from this ancient reptilian bloodline. But here's what makes this theory compelling. It's not just Icke claiming this. Thousands of people have come forward with similar accounts. Military insiders, government employees, people from credible backgrounds who've witnessed things that support this narrative. Where did this all begin? According to ancient texts and historical records, the reptilians first appeared in Earth's distant past. Ancient Sumerian texts speak of the Anunnaki, beings that descended from the sky. They were depicted as serpent-like creatures. They had advanced technology. They taught humans civilization. In ancient Egypt, there are consistent depictions of serpent people. Pharaohs wore serpent crowns. They bore the sacred symbol of the cobra. Ancient Egyptian art shows beings with reptilian features. Many of these images align perfectly with descriptions of reptilian aliens. In the Bible, there's the story of the serpent in the Garden of Eden. Not just a snake, a being with intelligence, with the ability to communicate. Some scholars suggest this was a reptilian being who came to Earth to manipulate early human development. Across multiple ancient cultures and religions, we find similar stories. Serpent beings, reptile-like entities, beings with advanced knowledge and intelligence, coming from the sky, teaching humans, establishing civilizations. Archaeological evidence suggests these visits were real. Ancient texts describe them in detail. Ancient artwork depicts them precisely. And according to Icke and other researchers, these ancient reptilians never left. They stayed on Earth. They established bloodlines. They've been controlling human civilization ever since. The most remarkable claim is that reptilians can shapeshift. They can take on completely human appearance while maintaining their reptilian nature underneath. This ability allowed them to infiltrate human society completely. They could walk among us, take positions of power, control governments from within. No one would know the difference. To all appearances, they'd be human, but they'd possess the reptilian agenda, the reptilian goals, the reptilian consciousness controlling human civilization. According to testimonies, there are tells, signs that someone might be a reptilian. Some people claim certain world leaders have been caught on camera glitching, flashing between human and reptilian form, though most of these images are disputed. More compelling is the behavioral pattern. These world leaders supposedly exhibit characteristics that don't align with human values. They lack empathy. They make decisions that harm humanity while benefiting themselves. They engage in practices that most humans find abhorrent. This could suggest reptilian influence, according to the theory. Reptilians would make very different choices than humans because they value different things. They feed off negative human emotion. They manipulate events to create fear, suffering, conflict, because that emotional energy sustains them. Energy. Entire dynasties have been identified as reptilian bloodlines. The Rothschilds, the Windsors, the Bush family. Families that have maintained power across centuries and continents through careful breeding, through strategic marriages, through deliberate maintenance of pure bloodlines. If this is true, if reptilians truly control world governments, it would explain so much. It would explain why policies harm ordinary people. It would explain geopolitical chaos. It would explain why, despite humanity's potential, we remain trapped in cycles of war, poverty, and suffering. Now, here's where this becomes more than just speculation. There are declassified government documents that reference extraterrestrial beings and their involvement in human affairs. The CIA has released documents acknowledging that aliens exist and have been communicating with governments. These documents are real. They're declassified. They're available to the public. In one declassified NSA document titled Communications with Extraterrestrial Intelligence, officials acknowledged the existence of extraterrestrial intelligence and documented the government's attempts to communicate with these beings. Another declassified CIA document titled Aliens as a Source of Intelligence discusses interrogations of alien beings. The document itself raises questions. If it's discussing aliens as intelligent sources, then the government acknowledges contact. Repeated contact. Enough contact to interrogate them. What kind of aliens? Where did they come from? Were they reptilians? The documents don't explicitly say, but they do prove that governments worldwide have been in contact with extraterrestrial beings. They've been keeping it secret from the public. Pentagon documents released in recent years describe observed phenomena that defied the laws of physics. Objects moving at impossible speeds, objects with capabilities that shouldn't be possible. The official explanation? Unknown. But if reptilians have been here all along, if they've been infiltrating governments, if they have advanced technology capable of producing these observations, then suddenly the pieces fit together. The mystery resolves. The unknown becomes known. How do reptilians maintain control over human civilization? According to researchers, they use multiple mechanisms. First, they control information. Through infiltration of media organizations, they control what information reaches the public. They shape the narrative. They hide the truth. They promote lies. Second, they create division among humans. They encourage racism, sexism, religious conflict, economic inequality. By keeping humans divided, humans never unite against the true enemy. Humans never recognize the reptilian control. Third, they manufacture fear, war, disease, economic collapse, climate catastrophe. Fear keeps people focused on survival rather than truth. Fear keeps people compliant. Fear feeds the reptilians because, according to the theory, they sustain themselves on negative human emotion. Fourth, they establish global institutions that serve reptilian interests. Governments that appear independent are actually controlled by the same reptilian bloodlines. International organizations that appear to serve humanity actually serve reptilian agendas. The reptilian goal, according to this theory, is complete control. A one-world government, a global surveillance state, a human population kept in constant fear, completely dependent on reptilian-controlled systems for survival. This has been the agenda for thousands of years, slowly establishing control, patiently manipulating events, moving toward a final consolidation of power. The question becomes, what happens when humanity wakes up? When people realize they've been manipulated by an alien species? When they understand that reptilians have controlled world governments? Some theorists suggest this awakening is already happening. More people are questioning official narratives. More whistleblowers are coming forward. More evidence is emerging. The Reptilians cannot maintain control indefinitely. The declassified documents, the ancient texts, the testimonies from credible witnesses, the strange behavior of world leaders, the consistent patterns across history. All of it points to a single conclusion. We've been controlled by an extraterrestrial reptilian race. Whether you believe this completely or partially, one truth remains undeniable. Governments are keeping secrets from us, important secrets. Secrets that would fundamentally change how we understand our place in the universe. If you believe that humanity deserves the truth, if you believe governments should be transparent about extraterrestrial contact, if you believe we need to awaken to what's really happening on this planet, subscribe to this channel. We explore the hidden. We question the official narrative. We demand transparency about what governments know and what they're hiding from us. Like this video if you think reptilians might really be controlling world governments. Leave a comment about what you think is really happening behind closed doors at the highest levels of power. Thank you for watching. Keep questioning. Keep investigating. We'll see you in the next one.